Hello there. We've had a letter. It says, "Dear Car Spy TV, please find enclosed an exhaust bracket," that's this thing here, "that, without any doubt whatsoever, is guaranteed to perfectly fit your Mark II Ford Focus." Guess what? It doesn't fit. Welcome to Car Spy TV. Right. Let's start by summarising the current situation. Down here, we have the exhaust tailpipe, and way above it up there is a rubber exhaust hanger, and they were originally connected together via this metal bracket that went rusty and fell off. So as a temporary fix, I reconnected them with this bracket that I made out of any old rubbish that was lying around the house. So today's plan is to remove the temporary bracket, which I'm doing now, and replace it with the proper one that took a long time to arrive because I ordered it from Spain. And this is a UK car, as we can tell from its number plate. Maybe. Here's the temporary bracket successfully removed, and as we can see, it's made up of an old door hinge. See that? This silver curvy thing at the bottom would typically be screwed to the wall of your shed to hang tools in, such as spades. We've also got various nuts and bolts and whatever this thing is in the middle there. So, no masterpiece, but nonetheless, it made things a little bit better for a few days. And that brings us to the irritation of the new bracket that, despite what this letter says, doesn't fit. So, we're going to have to do some jiggery pokery and make it fit. I'll show you the issue. So, we've got this L piece that slides through the rubber exhaust hanger, and that's fine. In contrast, we got this circular piece that's supposed to clamp around the tailpipe, but is too small. We've therefore got to bend it outwards. The question is how? Okay, I've had 3 ideas. Idea number 1 is dangerous. Idea number 2 is lunacy. But idea number 3 might just work. Let's try. Now, we can't just pull it apart like this because it's very strong, as I said, and I've got a shoulder injury I don't want to aggravate. So instead, if we pop a hammer there and then tread on the hammer, now we can pull it from here, and hopefully that will give us the help we need to bend it. Tell you what, let's put a glove on for this to make life more comfortable. Right. Here we go. Full power. 1, 2, 3. Come on, bend. Maybe. Let's now see if it fits. Not quite, but that is a lot closer. Oh yeah, oh there we go. Okay. I reckon... Yeah, I reckon we can make that work. The bracket does go up this way though. Alright, that's encouraging. Just for fun, let's move on to this piece next, which, as I said earlier, slides through the rubber exhaust hanger here specifically. Now, pleasingly, we can adjust this length to suit the car by twisting this silver thing on the end. So that's its shortest length, and if we turn this thing anti-clockwise, it gets longer and longer and longer, and when it's in the right position, we simply tighten this nut to hold it in position, and there's also on the end there, if the camera will focus, which it has, a little slot for an Allen key, so we can tighten things down further, and by an amazing stroke of luck, we have an Allen key down there in that tool trolley. So let's find the right size Allen key now, because it'll be far harder once the bracket is partially installed and we can barely get to it. Frankly, we don't need that kind of hassle. What size do you think then? H4? Let's try and see if it fits. No, that's way too small, so let's try the H6 instead. But no, that's way too big, so by a process of elimination, surely the H5 is just right. Perfect. So let's feed the thingy bob, whatever it's called, through the rubber exhaust hanger, like so. And then we'll put the cap on the other end. And we'll just screw it on lightly for now to give us a bit of wiggle room while we do the other tasks. This is one of those days when the weather looks nice, and to be fair, it mostly is, but it's simultaneously really cold. This piece goes on next, and as we can see, it's shaped to go around the curve of the tailpipe. So that sits something like this, connected neatly to the horseshoe-shaped piece of metal that we bent earlier on. We're making good progress. Most of the nuts, bolts and washers are loosely installed just by hand. We've just got these few left to go. So we'll pop those in position and then tighten everything up with the aforementioned, what's it called? Allen key, that's it. And we also need a 13mm socket, which we should have down here somewhere. The question is which one? Is that it? Yes. This spanner I'm using is a ratchet spanner, by the way. So useful for this kind of work. I wish I bought them years ago. Is that it? Everything's now tight, but do you think we should cut off the excess from this bolt to minimise the risk of it fouling on anything? There is a reasonable amount of ground clearance, but nonetheless, have a look. That does look a bit low. Yes, let's cut it shorter, for which we'll use a Dremel tool, and somewhere among this lot we do have some discs that will cut through hardened steel, and I think they're in there. I don't particularly enjoy using sharp, high-speed spinning discs because I had one fall apart on me once, which was fun, hence this thing. There we are, job done, and that's the piece we chopped off, which of course we don't need anymore. So, what are the chances of throwing it into the bin? We got the trolley there and not missing. Let's have a go. 1, 2, 3. It's a miracle. And that's the finished result. The exhaust is nice and secure. See that bit up there as well? And that's just in time to take the car out and buy some fish and chips because Mrs. Car Spy TV and I are hungry. Tyre looks good. And that gives you the chance to subscribe to Car Spy TV. Subscribing makes it easier to find my other content. You're also welcome to say hello in the comment section, to click like on this video and to check out my website, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you in a few minutes down at the fish and chip shop. Bye.